I've been in the garden and I've just been harvesting. This is my little carrot. So yeah, they went well. I haven't grown carrots for a while because I don't have much success. These are only tiny. I mean, look at that. But in saying that, it's still food. It's still okay. And I'm going to eat that. So I just realized I was putting together my lunch and I thought I'd just come in and share it with you. Lettuce in the bowl. I'm just going to put this carrot in, and I've washed it pretty thoroughly. I'm just going to chop it. I'm not even going to peel it because it's been in the garden and I want every little bit of goodness that I can. That's just beautiful. And that tastes just like carrots should do. You know when you taste them in the supermarket and they're really bland? Well, this is just tastes like carrot. So this is what I've got today. I'm just rinsing these. And they're going in my salad. Okay, so what have I got? Oh, I've got my sprouts. So I'm going to start with sprouts that I've been sprouting. And they're old enough to actually use in the salad now. So just sprinkling them in. Now I've got, I just want to see what I have here. Just laying them out. Oh, I have a little bit of cardoon. Now cardoon is related to the artichoke. But it's a really leafy type thing that it's sort of, yeah, this is a really good representative of what it looks like. It usually has thumbs, like one and then two, one on each side. These are very young, so I get them young so that they are not bitter. And that's what cardoon looks like. There are other cardoons in here, but just trying to separate what I've got. So I'm just going to rip them in to the salad. And now I have some spinach. Now this is perpetual spinach, and then I have a little bit of chard as well. See if I've got any more. I just pulled a little bits and pieces out. And we're just going to pop them in. Oh, they're crispy. Yum. Yeah, so this is the end of the season growth. So not a lot of growth left in the garden, just bits and pieces, you know, some perennials that are still going. Now I've got a little bit of kale here. Let's have a look for the kale. So I've got curly green kale, and they're very small because they are the end of the season. So there's not a lot of that kale. I just grabbed what I could. There's, you know, I have probably about 4 plants left out of, how many do I buy? I usually buy about 30 plants, and it covers a 1 meter square patch, and that does me the year. So that's curly kale. And I could eat more of that, which I do, and sometimes I'll share that. So yeah. Now I've got some dandelion. Let's look for the dandelion. There we go. Dandelion, where are you? Just trying to pull it all out. Some beautiful soft lettucey dandelion leaves, just the young ones. They'll go in. Yum. Now I haven't got any beetroot or anything, so it's going to be probably sort of like a green salad. These are just some more bits and pieces of the cardoon. Now there's some celery. So I have a little bit of celery, not much. The celery didn't do well this year. This year I had to raise my garden bed so that it has deeper roots. If the roots don't go down deep enough, you'll get really not enough, goodness to it. So this is celery. I'm just going to rip it apart. So they're very tiny little, but they still have the flavor of celery. So don't worry, even if they're only tiny, utilize them. Don't throw them away. Okay, another little bit of celery. So we have got lots of little bits of celery. They'll just give you that celery flavor. Now I have chicory. So chicory is beautiful, this red and green chicory. That's going in. You know what would have been nice? Some nasturtium and everything. Yeah, so I'm going to, this year coming, make capers from my nasturtium. They call it the poor man's caper. So what else have I got here? And I think that's about it. Oh, one more chicory. And then I have some beautiful oregano. And that's just going in. I'll just take those leaves off. Yeah, the stems are a bit chewy. You probably don't want to eat the stems. Yum, I can't wait to eat this. It's looking really lovely. And what have you been doing today? Whereabouts are you from? Anything else? And that's it for my salad. Now, I'm just going to top this off with, I'll just give it a little mix before. Yes, my hands are clean. I've come back from the garden. I've washed everything up. So, and it's only me eating this. So what have I got here? I've got some artichoke. So I've got some in a jar, which is yummy. Hang on, just let me wipe this down. Okay. And I'll just do a couple of pieces of the artichoke because I like it. You can make this yourself. It's a little bit of a chore to do for a, tiny bit of artichoke. I love to do them fresh. But when I just want something quick for a salad, it's just nice to get them out of a jar. And there's oil in that, which is nice as well. I've got some roast pumpkin seeds that I made. And just tip some of them on. What do they look like? Roast pumpkin seeds. So these are organic, out of my garden, roast pumpkin seeds from that pumpkin soup, the pumpkin leek, and what I put in with that? Laksa. Yeah. And then I've got a jar of jalapeno because I'm not growing the jalapeno yet. I have got it in the garden and it is supposed to be coming soon, but until then, I'm just going to, I know there's a lot there, isn't there? It's okay because I like jalapeno. Oh, is that my bird calling me? I can just hear that squawk every now and then. It's probably the baby. And then I put that in, and it's so yummy. And that's going to be hot. Okay. So then I have some black olives. Black olives, yum. So I'm just doing a little bit of and then I have seeds. So these are pepitas, sunflower seeds, and sesame seeds. And I've put them in a, an old French dressing one, because then I can just shake it on and I don't get a whole heap at once. Yum. Is that it? Is that all I'll do? Oh no, avocado. Have some avocado here. Yum. Let's do the avocado. And I think this is about it. So yeah, if you've got a garden, these are some of the things you can grow so that you have a free lunch almost. I mean, I know you've got to pay for some sort of startup fee, for your garden, depending on what it is with your fertilizer and your soil and things like that. But once you've got all that done, it's so easy to grow these things and have them all year round, like the oregano and things like that, the perpetual spinaches. They are all year round. They're perpetual. They don't run out. They don't stop at some time of year. I'm going to also put some onion in there. Some red onion, beautiful red onion. And that's it. How come I keep saying, yeah, that's it then? So what I have is, I have one container in the fridge, and that's my lunch container. And it makes it so easy when you're preparing lunches, because you can, this is salad lunch. If I have a hot lunch, it's different, but this is a salad lunch. And I can just keep everything in this container when they're cut. So I have, onion, avocado, a bit of carrot in there. And then the rest has got your leafy vegetables, all that sort of thing. So it works out really nice to just be able to pull out one container and you've got your lunch ready. Now people are like, oh, what am I going to have for lunch? Well, I don't know. Pull out your container and see what you've got. And that way you can decide. And I'll just cut this into threes. And in it goes. So look at this salad. It's huge. It's enormous. But do you think I can eat it all? I think so. Now, have I got any chickpeas? I'm not sure if I've got chickpeas. I do have lime. I'm just going to cut some of this lime. It's fresh out of the garden. Yum. Okay, and I might put some balsamic vinegar in this. Don't even think I'll go for the chickpeas, although I should, because it makes you full with the protein. Just see if I've got any in the fridge. I don't think I have. I think hang on, yes I have. Yes I have. But they're frozen, so I'm going to get them out and let them defrost and use them tomorrow. Okay, now if you want, you can cut up a little bit more. I think I'll just do this one more thing. I know I said I was finished, but I'm just going to put some date through here as well. I just get 2 dates and chop them up. These are not my favorite medula dates. I decided for some unknown reason to get some other dates and kind of regretting it. It wasn't the best decision. Don't entirely love them. They're not as soft and smooth and beautiful. They're chewy. Hang on a minute. I gotta wipe this down. Getting water everywhere. Yeah, so I just chop this up to little pieces. Or little strips, whatever you want to do with that. You can do it your own way if you want to put dates in your salad. I want to make some other things today too, some sweets. I have to think about that over lunch, what I'll do for tomorrow. Yeah, these are going to be chewy in that salad, which is what I'm going for because I haven't got the chickpeas, which are usually substantial. These tiny little pieces of chewy goodness, sweet goodness will be, you know, just as nice. So there's only 2 in there. Right. Oh, that smells beautiful. I can smell it from here. That lime. And just give that a stir. Don't know if it even needs mayonnaise, but I'll have a little taste and see if we need some mayonnaise in there. Sometimes I just love the mayonnaise, and some days I'm just like, no, I don't really fancy that. Okay, let's have a look. Hi. I'll just do the glasses because hi, it's just a salad. How are you going? It's just a salad at the moment. It's just I've grown these out of my garden, and so I've just been putting the carrot in and all the little bits out of my garden. You know, at the moment the garden is finishing for the year. Hi. Hi. The garden is finishing for the year, so there's not a lot left in there. And when it does finish, finally, I'm going to build it up another sleeper so that it's taller and the roots will get deeper, which means it will last longer. I am thinking about doing a wicking bed with it. So I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I've got the plastic, you know, I just need to get these sleepers. I think I've got the bolts. I was planning this years ago and I didn't get it done. I just got it to a stage where I could start feeding myself, and then I just left it. But now that it's getting hotter and hotter, it seems, and a wicking bed would be the way to go, you know, just to have water that stays in the bottom and it sucks up through rather than watering it from the top. I mean, you still water it from the top, but it will stay moist because you've got that little bit underneath. So wicking bed, you have plastic, you have rocks, you have hessian or shade cloth. I'll probably use hessian. And then you have the soil, and then you plant into that. And so, and then you have a pipe that comes up in one corner or two, it's up to you. And you just fill it through this little bit of conduit, and you can check it by putting a dry stick in there and pulling it out. And if it's wet that deep, oh, I don't have to put water in, but if it's only wet or not even wet at all, oh, I better put some water in, and the rocks are what holds it. So you put all the rocks in the bottom, and that way it just keeps it. I mean, you don't need a lot. You could just have that many rocks in the bottom, because that will just fill up with water and stay full. So that's what I'm thinking. The wicking bed, it sounds like a great idea. I've got to go and eat this. This looks, I mean, I want to eat it, but then I feel rude talking while I'm eating. Yeah, a bit more lime. And let's get, where's the lid? Hang on. Got to get the lid on my sprouts so that nothing gets in there while I'm having my lunch. All right, well, ciao for now. Thanks for joining me. The crows are calling. All right, I'm off. Catch you later. If you didn't see the beginning, go back, have a little look at what you can grow in your garden, and you can grow it all year. So, you just buy one lot of, this and one lot of that, put it in the garden. It'll last you all year, and you can be harvesting all the time. And you don't need a lot. If it's for just a couple of people, you don't need a lot. If it's for more people, get them engaged, get them helping, get the kids helping to plant and water. And the more the merrier, really, because more hands in the garden, the more food you can make. And if everyone's chipping in, you can really, really enjoy food all year round. And I'm only doing a tiny little garden, and it's really small. It's just enough for me. I'm happy with it. Except for the wicking bed. I really would love to do this wicking bed. It's going to take me a little while to do, so I need to cultivate, dig up what I've got and maybe putting it into the other beds. But at the moment, the sweet potatoes are dying off, so they're almost ready to harvest as well. There's always something to harvest in the garden when you're a gardener, and always something to eat, and it's seasonal. And so, when it's seasonal, you eat what's seasonal, you grow what's happening, and you love. All right, I'm going. Thanks for joining me. Bye.